I unearthed the truth about my wife's betrayal with the fiancé of her friend. I interrupted their wedding and ended our marriage in an instant. My universe crumbled, the sharp pain of treachery cutting deeper than the sharpest blade. In the opulent setting of our Star Island mansion, where the sound of clinking champagne glasses filled the air during a charity gala, my closest companion, Thane Quill, drew me aside. With hands that quivered slightly, he pressed a phone into my palm. The video revealed my wife Leora entwined in a fervent embrace with Gideon Strath, her best friend's betrothed, their laughter a cruel taunt to the 12 years of trust we had built. Even more troubling, Thane's hushed tones unveiled Gideon's clandestine affection for Rune Calder, a scheme to pilfer millions. My chest burned not with rage, but with the chilling awareness that Leora's emerald gown allure was a deception threatening our sons, Noah and Liam. Her laughter resonated through the ballroom, leaving me motionless, the man I had once been, devoted, proud husband, loving father. Now shattered, yet, from that fracture, a determination emerged. I would shield my sons, unravel her treachery, and take back my existence. This was not merely the conclusion of a marriage. It marked the beginning of a relentless pursuit for justice, a battle I was determined to win, no matter the price. Before we embark on today's narrative, we invite you to share your location with us. As you observe, immerse yourself fully. Engage with the unfolding experience. When a moment captivates you, be it striking, surprising, or profoundly touching, feel free to leave a comment with the timestamp of that scene and express your reflections. Your responses breathe vitality into the narrative, and we cherish witnessing the moments that strike a chord with you the most. If you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe and activate notifications to ensure you never miss a captivating new tale. Now, pour yourself a cup of coffee or tea, find a comfortable spot, and let us embark on this journey together. The sultry Miami night enveloped our Star Island mansion, akin to a velvet curtain, the atmosphere heavy with the anticipation of April 2025. Within the grand hall, chandeliers cascaded with a warm, golden glow, illuminating a charity gala where senators, CEOs, and socialites intertwined in a delicate ballet of influence and affluence. I, Ethan Miller, 42, a private equity magnate who had ascended from a humble Chicago upbringing to this zenith of affluence, navigated the crowd with a deft grace. The tailored suit embraced me like armor, protecting the pride that surged within for the life I had crafted. My beloved spouse, Leora Vane, 38, glided across the marble floor in an emerald gown, her laughter a melody that once set my heart racing. Now it resonated emptily, rehearsed like a performance I had failed to perceive until this evening. Above, our sons, Noah at 10 and Liam at 8, slumbered peacefully, their rooms adorned with science fair trophies and soccer balls, unaware of the bustling world of negotiations and ambitions beneath them. I clasped hands with a senator, orchestrated a swift agreement with a tech mogul, and savored champagne as the ocean's melody drifted through open windows, a tranquil accompaniment to my triumph. This was my realm, steadfast and flourishing, anchored in the affection I held for my sons and the woman I believed I understood as I acknowledged a board member's toast with a nod. My gaze met that of my best friend from college, Thane Quill, who stood across the room. His complexion was ashen, and his normally composed hands quivered as he gestured for me to follow him to a secluded balcony that offered a view of Biscayne Bay. My stomach knotted with tension. Thane, the steadfast companion who had weathered every deal and downturn by my side, appeared as though he had encountered a specter. "Ethan, you must see this," he urged, his voice trembling, scarcely rising above the din of the gala. He pressed his phone into my hands, and I sensed the world shift beneath me. The video flickered with a grainy quality, yet it was unmistakably from his old Amaro's bachelorette party, held in a South Beach penthouse where neon lights threw sharp shadows across the scene. There stood Leora, my wife of 12 years, entwined with Gideon Strath, Isolde's betrothed, in a fervent embrace. Her laughter, bright and unrestrained, pierced through me like a dagger. My hair bristled, pulse racing as Thane's whisper struck deeper. Gideon was gay, entwined with Rune Calder, his partner in the gallery. They are utilizing Isolde's $50 million trust fund. The words struck with the force of a blow, my fingers clenching the balcony railing until my knuckles turned pale. Leora's betrayal cut deeper than mere treachery. It jeopardized our son's future, our place within Miami's elite, and everything I had dedicated my life to constructing. I willed my breath to calm, the ocean's murmur transforming into a thunderous roar in my ears, overshadowing the clinking glasses of the gala. Leora's emerald gown shimmered in my thoughts, her fingers resting on a senator's arm, her smile illuminating the room as she embodied the ideal hostess. Each moment a carefully crafted deception. Thane's eyes, rimmed with a fiery red, bore into mine as his hands gripped my arm tightly. "It will upend your existence," he stammered, his raw vulnerability reflecting the break within my heart. I beheld Noah's most recent science project, Liam's soccer ball nestled beneath his bed, their untainted faces placing their faith in a world I had vowed to safeguard. My chest burned not with tears, but with a chilling, precise determination, the kind I had sharpened while finalizing billion-dollar agreements. This was not merely a marriage in decline. It was a battle I would engage in with meticulous strategy. I would protect my sons from Leora's treachery, expose Gideon's plot, and ensure they faced the consequences for believing they could shatter my resolve. In the midst of the ballroom's vibrant atmosphere, Leora's laughter rang out, clear and purposeful, as she captivated a senator. Completely unaware of the tempest gathering in my eyes, guests whispered their accolades, deeming her the ideal hostess, their words sharp and stinging against the fresh ache of her treachery. Her emerald gown shimmered like a beacon of deceit, and for a fleeting moment, I glimpsed the woman I had once loved, the one who had shared laughter with me over late-night coffee, who had cradled Noah and Liam as newborns. Yet that woman had vanished, supplanted by a stranger who had wagered our family for a fleeting affair. I mustered a smile, clasping hands with the CEO, my thoughts darting through the next moves like pieces on a chessboard. Gideon's hidden truth entwined with Rune Isolde's financial legacy. Leora's affair wove a web I would unravel. Strand by strand, Thane's voice reverberated within the confines of my mind. I cannot bear the thought of losing Isolde, reflecting my own dread of forfeiting the life I have painstakingly crafted for my sons. A subtle vibration stirred within my pocket, a reminder of the world beyond my immediate surroundings. Thane's written words. "What comes next?" I responded, my fingers poised with precision. "We explore further." Leora's eyes locked onto mine from across the room, her smile wavering for just an instant, revealing a fissure in her flawless facade. She believed I was oblivious, too engrossed in transactions to notice her deceit. She had misjudged my strength, yet here I stood, fully aware of her greed, her treachery, her hubris. Amidst the swirling gala, I found myself standing taller, shedding the identity of a devoted husband and embracing the essence of a survivor. The faces of my sons, my guiding light in the vast expanse of life. This was not the conclusion of my narrative. The dawn of their reckoning had arrived, and I would ensure they experienced every consequence in full measure. The day following the gala, I found myself in my home office on Star Island, where the sunrise over Biscayne Bay cast a golden hue across the walls through the expansive floor-to-ceiling windows. As my sons, Noah and Liam, attended school, their backpacks brimming with science books and soccer cleats, they remained blissfully unaware that their mother's betrayal had shattered the very fabric of our existence. Amelia Miller, my wife of 12 years, lay asleep in our bedroom, her jasmine perfume hanging in the air like a haunting reminder of the woman I once trusted. My hands remained steady, even as the rage twisted within me, hovering over her iPad, its smooth surface a repository of hidden truths. Having observed her enter her password countless times, I felt confident in my ability to decipher it. Yet, when Gideon finally unlocked the screen, the revelation struck me like a punch, solidifying the truth of her affair with Gideon Strath. A Signal app concealed within a folder marked Work revealed a chat titled Velvet Syndicate. Its members, Leora, Gideon, Rune Calder, and Isolde Marrow, engaged in a dance of coded arrogance. My breath hitched as I perused Leora's messages, cutting deeper than the video Thane Quill had presented to me the previous night. Ethan, ensnared in his deals, remained oblivious to her boastful claims of igniting a spark with Gideon. Then came the devastating revelation. bank transfer confirmations revealing that she had drained $500,000 from our joint accounts to fund Gideon's art gallery. The glow of the screen seared into my eyes as my thumb remained frozen in place. She wasn't merely engaging in infidelity. She was robbing our son's future by financing a deceit linked to Isolde's $50 million trust fund. Whispers of intrigue surrounded Gideon and Rune, their clandestine affair woven into a tapestry of ambition. They schemed to ensnare Isolde's fortune through the art of matrimony, a chillingly strategic maneuver that I captured every word, my heart racing not with sorrow, but with a determination more acute than any agreement I had ever finalized. Leora believed me to be oblivious, yet I would transform her hidden truths into shields to safeguard Noah and Liam. I reclined in my leather chair, the framed photographs of my sons on my desk anchoring me in the moment. Noah's gap-toothed grin, a trophy of his science fair triumph, and Liam's muddy knees, a testament to his spirited soccer match. They were entitled to a future untainted by their mother's avarice. My mind raced, charting the next steps as if crafting a private equity strategy. I required evidence, allies, and a plan to untangle this intricate web. Leora's perfume lingered in the atmosphere, a bittersweet reminder of the late-night conversations we had exchanged within these walls. Her laughter, once a source of solace, has transformed into a facade. The chat logs on the iPad revealed a mysterious woman, one who derided my trust, who risked our family for the sake of excitement and wealth. With a steady hand, I stored the screenshots in a secure cloud, aware that each word served as a vital brick in the case I had constructed. The dawn light softened Miami's skyline, casting a clear reminder of the empire I had battled to build. Leora's betrayal transcended the personal. It was a calculated strike against the very foundation of all I had painstakingly constructed for my sons. I would ensure her payment came not through cries, but with the meticulousness of one who has never faltered in a transaction. By noon, I found myself in a minimalist cafe nestled in Miami's design district, where sleek tables and the sound of clinking espresso cups created a vibrant atmosphere, filled with influencers capturing the moment through their lenses. The cacophony enveloped our murmurs, serving as a barrier against the scrutinizing gaze of the privileged few. Thane's visage bore the marks of weariness, his eyes, tinged with crimson, revealing the anguish of a restless night since he unveiled the video at the gala. "I won't allow them to destroy what we have," he declared, clutching his coffee, his voice strained. He introduced Vesper Kane, a hacker, her neon blue hair a striking beacon amidst the cafe's muted palette. Her laptop, adorned with encrypted drives, emitted a soft hum as she played an audio clip from Isolde's bachelorette party, a treasure obtained through her connections in the dark web. Leora's voice dripped with mockery. Ethan remains ensnared by spreadsheets, while the laughter of Gideon and Rune flowed with a smug intimacy, their words unmistakably affirming their bond. My jaw tightened at the recollection of Leora's emerald gown, her laughter at the gala now a harsh reverberation, Vesper's screen illuminated with bank records linking Leora's $500,000 to Gideon's gallery, a facade for their nefarious money laundering scheme. Then arrived the devastating revelation. Gideon and Rune had schemed to escape to Dubai following Isolde's wedding, all while framing Leora for their deceit in a bid to abscond with the trust fund. A notification flashed on Vesper's phone, swiftly brushed aside, suggesting the possibility of monitoring Gideon's burner phone in real time. "They are predators," I murmured, my voice barely above a whisper as I locked eyes with Thane, his gaze filled with urgency. The faces of my son, with Noah's inquisitive gaze and Liam's timid smile, danced in my thoughts, their futures hanging in the balance. Vesper possesses an undeniable charm. I can secure her as my ally, her sharpness perfectly complementing my strategy. I took a sip of my coffee, the hum of conversation in the cafe receding as my thoughts charted the terrain of conflict. Thane's plea resonated with my own trepidation, yet I understood that fear had no role in negotiations or battles. Leora's chats, Vesper's audio, the bank records, each fragment served as ammunition, seamlessly fitting into a meticulously crafted plan to dismantle the syndicate. Gideon's self-satisfaction, Rune's willing participation, Leora's avarice. They had misjudged my resolve, believing I would shatter like a betrayed spouse. Yet, I stood as a father foremost, a tactician in the shadows, and their deceit would ultimately lead to their downfall. The sleek exteriors of the design district, visible through the cafe window, evoked memories of Miami's high society, a place where trust had become a precious commodity I was no longer willing to expend carelessly. The buzz of my phone brought me back to reality, a reminder of Noah's science fair project due tomorrow, anchoring me in what truly mattered. I would shield my son's realm not only from Leora's betrayal but also from the gaping financial chasm she had unleashed as Vesper's laptop clicked shut, her vibrant hair glinting in the light as she declared, "Give me a day." I affirmed my determination, unyielding as steel. Thane's hand trembled as he emptied his cup of coffee. Yet I sensed the lingering intensity of last night, transformed into a cold, concentrated blaze. Leora remained in the confines of her home, perhaps concocting her next deception. Yet I perceived her distinctly now, a betrayer destined to face the consequences for every dollar, every laugh, every fleeting moment she believed she had bested me. This endeavor transcended the mere preservation of my empire. It was a quest to forge a future for Noah and Liam, a future where justice, rather than betrayal, would shape their legacy. The ocean breeze caressed the terrace of our Star Island mansion, where Amelia Miller lingered in her yoga pants, cradling a cup of coffee, the scent of jasmine lingering like a bittersweet memory of the gala just 2 days prior. In the month of April in the year 2025, my sons, Noah and Liam, were off at school, their joyous laughter from breakfast still echoing in my ears, unaware of the tempest that was gathering on the horizon. My heart raced as I clutched my phone tightly. Thane Quill's video came to a halt, capturing Leora's joyous expression as she laughed in Gideon Strath's embrace during the celebration of Isolde Amaro's bachelorette party. The conversations of the Velvet Syndicate that I stumbled upon yesterday. The audacious theft of $500,000 by Leora. The sting of her mockery lingered in my thoughts, yet witnessing her now, so relaxed and unbothered, sparked a fury within me that I struggled to keep at bay. Elucidate. I spoke with a calmness that belied the tempest brewing within me. Her eyes grew wide, the coffee mug quivering in her grasp, yet her charm surged forth instinctively. Tears welled in her eyes, her voice soft, a performance refined through 12 years of dedication. It was simply delightful, Ethan. To add a little excitement. "You've been so distant," she said, stepping closer, her hand grazing my arm. And then came the strike. "I am expecting, and the child is yours." The words detonated with a force that echoed, her pause too practiced, while her trembling fingers revealed the truth hidden beneath the facade. Uncertainty gnawed at my insides. Gideon's shadow stretched ominously, the conversations whispering of her daring pursuit of excitement. I beheld Noah's science fair trophy, Liam's soccer ball, their destinies hanging in the balance. "We'll talk later," I said, turning away, my mind racing. Leora believed that tears could manipulate me, yet I would scrutinize her deceit through the lenses of medicine and finance, all while protecting my sons from her avarice. Her flawless facade as the ideal wife was nothing more than a fragile house of cards, and I was determined to dismantle it. I navigated the streets toward my office, the Miami skyline a fleeting blur as my hands gripped the steering wheel with determination. Leora's assertion of pregnancy gnawed at my thoughts, a cunning maneuver to keep me bound to her. The iPad screenshots, securely stored in the cloud, unveiled the $500,000 theft linked to Gideon's gallery, intricately woven into Isolde's trust fund deception alongside Rune Calder, with Vesper Kane's audio from the bachelorette party serving as crucial evidence. Leora's Ethan is ensnared by spreadsheets, the echoes of mockery resonating in my mind, igniting my determination. I would safeguard my realm and my heirs with the meticulousness of a shrewd negotiator. A message from Thane made my phone vibrate with anticipation. "Is there any news?" I inquired. "Tests are required." Leora's jasmine scent lingered in my mind, a bittersweet echo of late-night conversations now forever altered. She was not the woman who had celebrated Noah's initial steps or Liam's first goal. She was an enigmatic figure who had wagered our family's fate for her own pursuit of power and indulgence. I would peel back the layers of her deceit, beginning with her well-being, safeguarding my sons from any danger. In a quiet Coral Gables clinic, I found myself seated next to Leora, her complexion wan beneath the harsh fluorescent glow, her fingers intertwined with an anxious grip. Dr. Elena Voss, a respected physician from Miami's elite, conveyed the results with a composed demeanor. "Chlamydia is treatable with antibiotics," she stated, her gaze darting to Leora's astonished expression. My stomach churned, not from the diagnosis itself, but from the deep sense of violation. Leora's betrayal had left its mark on my body, jeopardizing my well-being. Next came the second strike. "There is no pregnancy." Leora's gasp held a persuasive power. How she trembled, yet her fingers betrayed the same tell from the terrace. Last night, I found myself transported back to my home office, the glow of my phone illuminating Vesper's hacked clinic records. There, the evidence lay bare. Leora's visits with Gideon, their timestamps intertwining in a web of secrets. He had probably tainted her with their recklessness, a tangible reflection of their monetary deceit. Leora insisted on our monogamy, her voice rising in pitch, yet I observed her display with a sense of detachment, the framed photo of Noah and Liam on my desk anchoring me in reality. "We'll treat it," I said, my voice devoid of inflection, already strategizing my next step. Vesper's caution. Hacking may lack finesse, but the truth served as my greatest ally. Leora's deception regarding her pregnancy and monogamy has shattered the trust between us. Now, a looming health crisis endangers my son's well-being. I would meticulously construct a case, layer upon layer, to entomb her and Gideon in their own deceit. As we departed the clinic, an oppressive silence enveloped the car. With Leora's eyes locked onto the passing scenery outside the window, I steered my thoughts toward Noah's science fair project, due tomorrow. This weekend, Liam's soccer game represents a cherished sense of normalcy that I would fiercely strive to protect. The clinic's sterile air enveloped me, a haunting reminder of Leora's recklessness. Yet my resolve remained unyielding. Vesper's email arrived on my phone, the subject line reading, "Gallery Deep Dive." As I drove into the office garage, the relentless Miami heat enveloped me, and I swung the door open. Her Wynwood Tech loft, where I would rendezvous with her tonight, stood in stark contrast to the polished elegance of Star Island. The aroma of coffee and solder enveloped us, anchoring the digital battle we fought. Vesper's laptop had unveiled the intricate web of Gideon and Rune's money laundering, the deceptive sales of forged art, and the insidious funneling of Leora's $500,000 affront for their trust fund scam. The revelation lay in Isolde's signatures on the forged gallery documents, her unsteady handwriting betraying a sense of duress, jeopardizing her $50 million trust fund. I murmured, "She is merely a child." Compassion tempers my fury for the young soul ensnared in their grasp. Then Vesper's last discovery was a burner phone in Gideon's office, its messages outlining a scheme to blackmail me with fabricated affair photos should I dare to expose them. Leora's text to Isolde went unanswered, a silent testament to her solitude, as she noted Gideon's peculiar behavior. My jaw tightened. They were more than mere thieves. They were hunters lurking in the shadows. Leora, their eager instrument. I parked, the dim lights of the garage casting shadows, my mind strategizing the battlefield ahead. The impending loft meeting with Vesper cast a shadow over her. Yet they could strike back through the email, a call to arms. I would forge an alliance with Isolde, wield their blackmail as a weapon against them, and safeguard my empire for Noah and Liam. The skyline beyond my office window sparkled with the allure of Miami's upper echelon, a realm where trust had become a currency I could no longer afford to exchange. Leora's terrace performance, her clinic deception, her conversations. Each piece served as a testament, fitting seamlessly into a grand design. Gideon's self-satisfaction, Rune's involvement, Leora's avarice. They had misjudged my resolve, believing I would crumble like a betrayed spouse. Yet, I stood firm as a father above all, a negotiator in the shadows, and their deceit would ultimately lead to their downfall. The buzz of my phone brought to mind a reminder from Noah's school about the pickup for his project. A smile graced my lips, anchoring me in the essence of what truly mattered. Tonight, Vesper's loft promised to unveil deeper truths. Yet for the moment, my focus remained on being the father my boys required, ensuring their world remained unshaken amidst Leora's turmoil. She would bear the cost of each deceit, every cent, every fleeting second she believed she had bested me, and I would make certain that justice shaped our legacy, not her treachery. The sun sank beneath the horizon, enveloping Key Biscayne in a golden haze as I stepped aboard Isolde Marrow's family yacht, its LED lights illuminating the mahogany deck with an otherworldly radiance. April 2025 unfolded before me, the gentle sway of the vessel echoing the erratic rhythm of my heart, 3 days after Amelia Miller's betrayal had fractured my existence. My sons, Noah and Liam, were at a sleepover, their laughter from this morning's breakfast a lifeline I held onto. I confronted Isolde 24, her alabaster visage marked by disbelief as I showcased Thane Quill's footage of Leora alongside her betrothed, Gideon Strath, at the South Beach bachelorette celebration. Vesper Kane's hacked files unveiled the hidden truth of Gideon's clandestine relationship with Rune Calder, revealing their scheme to drain her $50 million trust fund through deceitful gallery transactions. Isolde's breath caught in her throat, tears cascading as she grasped the railing tightly. Her voice was but a whisper. How could I have been so oblivious? I revealed to her the counterfeit documents, her trembling signatures bearing witness to the coercion that threatened her family's legacy. Then came the revelation point 2 years ago. Leora made the introduction that brought me face to face with Gideon. She stifled a gasp, her eyes turning steely. She orchestrated my downfall. My jaw tightened. Leora's betrayal extended beyond my own experience. She had meticulously arranged Isolde's engagement to ensure the syndicate's advantage. The ocean's hum resonated in my ears, a poignant reminder of the stakes. Noah's aspirations for the science fair, Liam's ambitions on the soccer field, and the foundation of my empire. Vesper's subtle cameras, cleverly masquerading as cufflinks, rested on the table, shimmering with an air of menace. We can strike at Art Basel, I declared, my voice unwavering even as the anger simmered within me. Isolde nodded, her determination reflecting my own. Let's bring them down, she declared. We would wield their greed as a weapon, securing her future and my own for the sake of my boys. The yacht's lights danced, sealing our promise beneath the Miami sky. On the following evening, the Art Basel Gala in South Beach thrummed with vibrant neon art and an air of exclusivity, a dazzling veneer concealing Gideon's deception. I glided through the throng, clad in a finely tailored suit, masquerading as a Russian buyer, while Vesper's cufflink cameras captured every subtle movement. Leora swept through the room in a shimmering silver gown, her laughter resonating with a sharp, mocking tone that lingered in the air of the gala. Where this haunting tale commenced, her hand gliding over runes in a painfully familiar rhythm. The crackle of my earpiece filled the air as Vesper maneuvered the vehicle into position, the Winwood control van recording every word spoken. Rune's voice dripped with smugness. The oligarchs transferred 10 million dval for the gallery, poised to be Dubai's next sensation. Leora's laughter sliced through me like shards of glass. Once I part ways with Ethan, I shall claim my share of his empire. My heart raced as the neon art swirled around me, 2 revelations crashing into Gideon. Rune intended to sell the gallery to a Russian oligarch tonight, who was making a hasty escape to Dubai, while Leora plotted to seize my fortune after the sale, her avarice exposed for all to see. Gideon joined them, his declaration of invincibility resonating like the bachelorette party audio Vesper had played days prior. A weight settled in my chest, the recollections of Noah, gap-toothed grin and Liam's timid smile anchoring me in the moment. Vesper's voice slithered through the earpiece. Everything is in place, and the FBI is ready to act. I maintained my composure as I navigated through a sea of champagne flutes and art aficionados, Leora's silver gown glinting like a beacon. She had stepped right into my snare, and I would ensure she tumbled deeply, her deceit powerless against the mounting proof arrayed before her as I departed from the gala. The oppressive Miami heat enveloped me, a constant companion during my drive to the office. The shimmering skylines stand in sharp relief to the turmoil swirling within my thoughts. Leora's divorce strategy, caught in whispers at Art Basel, struck like a dagger. Yet the oligarch sale elevated the stakes even further. Gideon and Rune were racing ahead, quicker than I had expected. A message from Thane vibrated through my phone. "Are you all right?" I responded, "The wheels are turning." The recollection of Leora's terrace remains a curious blend of amusement, her fabricated pregnancy intertwined with the shadow of her $500,000 heist and the unexpected gift of chlamydia. My boys were worthy of more than her insatiable greed. The following morning, I encountered Soren Vale, my banker, within the sleek, glass-walled confines of a private bank in Brickell. Miami's skyline unfurls beneath me, a chessboard I have expertly conquered. Soren's firm handshake steadied me as he confirmed that I had transferred $200,000,095% of our liquid assets into a trust for Noah and Liam, rendering it untouchable by Leora. Then his voice dropped to a whisper. This morning, she made an attempt to access the accounts. I severed all ties with her. My breath seized as her desperation became unmistakably clear. He pushed a document across the desk, a forged signature of Leora's gracing my company's board papers, jeopardizing the control of my private equity empire. The skyline sneered at her boldness, yet my heart constricted. She was more than merely a cheater. She was a hunter poised to dismantle my legacy. The encrypted text containing Vesper's hacked bank records revealed that the forgeries were indeed recent. Her scheme to take over my company felt like the ultimate act of treachery. Submit it to my attorney. I informed Soren that my divorce attorney is already preparing the fault-based documents. The trust stood as my fortress, safeguarding my son's future with unwavering certainty. Leora believed she could outwit me, yet I had dismantled her influence, my dominion unwavering. Returning to my office, I reclined as the framed photos of Noah and Liam anchored me in the moment. The project that Noah presented at the science fair. This weekend, Liam will take to the field for his soccer game. They were the reason I battled, not out of vengeance, but in pursuit of justice. Leora dazzled in her silver gown at Art Basel. Her laughter danced with ruin. The signatures she crafted with deception. They stood as proof, each element fitting seamlessly into a strategy refined through years of negotiations. Vesper's FBI stood ready, the echo of her cufflink camera a stroke of genius. Isolde's tear-streaked determination aboard the yacht. Her Leora ignited a blaze within me. She was a child ensnared in their intricate web, much like my sons would find themselves if I were to falter. The weary visage of Thane lingered in the cafe. His desperate appeal to rescue us reflected the very essence of my own predicament. The Miami skyline beyond my window shimmered with a promise of a realm where trust had become a currency I could no longer afford to exchange. Leora's deceit, the tears of the terrorized, the clinic's facade, and the forged documents were all crumbling under the weight of her avarice, which stood no chance against my meticulous resolve. The buzz of my phone brought me back to the present, a reminder of Liam's game, anchoring me to what truly mattered. Tomorrow, the evidence from Art Basel would find its way to the FBI, but tonight, I would celebrate Liam's achievements and embrace my role as the father my boys deserved. Leora Gideon. Rune. They had misjudged my strength, believing I would falter. First and foremost, I embraced the role of a father. The strategist came second. Their intricate web would inevitably crumble beneath the burden of their own treachery. The future that awaits my SON.my steadfast anchor. The ballroom of the Star Island mansion sparkled beneath the chandeliers, a reflection of the charity gala that had taken place just 5 days prior, the event where my world had shattered. Yet this evening, in the month of April in the year 2025, it became my arena of conflict in the heart of Miami. The city's elite, senators, CEOs, and socialites, sipped champagne, their whispers creating a subtle backdrop to the tempest I was about to unleash. Amelia Miller, my wife of 12 years, moved gracefully through the throng in a sapphire gown, her laughter ringing out, sharp and rehearsed as always, unaware of the process server I had discreetly engaged. My heart raced, yet my expression remained as unyielding as granite, forged by countless billion-dollar negotiations. Noah and Liam, my sons, found refuge at a friend's house, their soccer balls and science kits remaining undisturbed amidst the turmoil I would confront this evening. I lingered by the bar, observing Leora as she effortlessly captivated a tech mogul. Her grace a facade that had drained my trust, my well-being, and nearly my entire empire. In the depths of intrigue, the Velvet Syndicate exchanged whispers, while Vesper Kane's compromised records and the incriminating footage from Art Basel loomed large. Leora's audacious $500,000 heist, her fabricated pregnancy, her chlamydia, and the counterfeit board documents were all meticulously catalogued in my arsenal. Thane Quill's message illuminated my phone screen. Prepared, I responded. At this moment, the server drew near, his voice slicing through the ambient murmur of the gala. Amelia Miller. Her smile turned to ice, the sapphire gown glimmering as she grasped the divorce papers, which detailed infidelity and deceit. Whisper's rippled eyes flickered in my direction. I advanced, phone in hand, showcasing Thane's bachelorette party video to my esteemed allies, senators, CEOs, and influential socialites. Leora's laughter danced through the air alongside Gideon Strath, the room alive with gasps as X notifications chimed in unison. The Star Island scandal is currently making waves in local discussions. Her heels echoed against the pavement as she hurried away, the gown billowing behind her like a fallen star, her social empire disintegrating around her. A whisper from a guest, "She had it coming," resonated with the agreement of my companions. A wave of satisfaction washed over, yet it was tinged with a bittersweet ache for Noah and Liam. This was not an act of vengeance. It represented a quest for justice for my family, a boundary established to safeguard their future. As I departed from the gala, the oppressive Miami heat clung to me, guiding my journey toward a downtown FBI field office. The shimmering skylines stand in sharp relief to the battles I have fought. Hours earlier, the neon-lit gallery of South Beach had played host to Gideon Strath's private sale to a Russian oligarch, marking the final act of his deception. I found myself seated alongside Agent Zara Holt, her sharp nod indicating the moment had come to set our plan into motion. Vesper's hacked live feed flickered on my laptop, her cufflink cameras from Art Basel documenting Gideon's boast of invincibility and Rune Calder's oligarch deal. Their self-satisfied laughter echoed the sting of Leora's betrayal. My heart raced as Zara scrutinized the footage, her command igniting a whirlwind of chaos. FBI agents burst into the gallery, their presence marked by the frantic dance of red and blue lights slicing through the jagged remnants of shattered glass doors. Gideon's anguished cry echoed through the feed, a sharp sound that cut through the tension as handcuffs clicked into place, causing Rune's confident facade to shatter beside him. Whispers of their relationship reached X, unveiling their secret to Miami's elite, as their trust fund scam and money laundering were laid bare for all to see. Vesper's voice crackled through my earpiece, capturing every frame. Her neon blue hair illuminated my memory, her tech loft serving as a crucible for this triumph. The echoes of Zara's finality resonated, as the oligarch made his escape, leaving Gideon and Rune to confront the looming specter of fraud charges. I reclined against the office's austere walls, finding solace in their rigidity. For the sake of his antiquated Amaro's trust fund, which would secure my son's legacy, I had dismantled their influence, mirroring their attempts to undermine my own. The recollection of Noah's gap-toothed grin and Liam's shy smile anchored me. This was for them, a future untainted by predators. The following evening, I found myself in a worn Miami Beach hotel suite, its peeling wallpaper and dim lighting a stark contrast to the opulence of our Star Island mansion. Leora sat before me, her hair in disarray and her face marked by tears, a stark contrast to the gala's elegance, her sapphire gown now traded for a wrinkled sweater. "Ethan, please," she implored, her voice trembling. "Drop the fraud charges. I'll vanish, I promise." She fell to her knees, grasping my hand tightly, her desperation a sharp contrast to the woman who had once ridiculed me in the Velvet Syndicate discussions. I remained steadfast, my thoughts drifting back to the conversation from yesterday with Noah and Liam, aged 10 and 8, at our kitchen table. I had conveyed the essence of Leora's betrayal with care, detailing her affair and the web of lies she spun, all the while observing Noah's silent reaction. Why did Dad break my heart? Liam held his soccer ball tightly, as if it were a shield against the world. Their embraces, their unwavering faith in me were unbreakable, my attorney ensuring complete custody that very morning. "You infected me with chlamydia, absconded with $500,000, schemed to seize my empire," I declared, my voice icy, wrenching my hand away. Leora's eyes widened in surprise. She was unaware that I had discovered her forged board documents, her audacious attempt to take control of my firm. "I made my choice," I said, as I turned away, her sob reverberating in the shadows of the suite. The memory of Leora's terrace lingers, her clinic performance, her art, a basal giggle intertwined with ruin. They had become nothing more than ashes, her ruin now utterly complete. As I entered the Miami night, the ocean's distant hum enveloped me, and I felt a profound sense of assurance about my son's future. This had transcended her. It was now about crafting a future for Noah and Liam, untainted by her deceptions. As I drove home, the skyline shimmered, a chessboard of Miami's elite realm that I had expertly navigated. Leora's social downfall on X, the arrests of Gideon and Rune, Isolde's trust fund preserved. These were triumphs achieved through careful strategy, not fury. Vesper's compromised files, Soren Vale's shield of trust, Thane's urgent entreaty at the cafe where they had prepared me for this confrontation. Leora's forged signatures, her 200 million, a perilous acquisition that could lead to her downfall, with the specter of prison hanging over her like a dark cloud. I beheld Noah's science fair trophy, Liam's soccer ball, and the expressions on their faces, filled with trust in a future I had tirelessly battled to secure. The buzz of my phone pulled me back to reality, a gentle nudge about Liam's game tomorrow, anchoring me in what truly mattered. The flashing lights of the FBI raid, Zara's subtle nod, and Vesper's every frame replayed in my mind, all stood as a testament to my strategy. Isolde's tearful Leora arranged for me to be on the yacht. Thane's red-rimmed eyes and my son's warm embraces ignited a fire within me, not for the sake of revenge, but in pursuit of justice. Leora's sob echoed, a subtle twinge of compassion overshadowed by determination. She had wagered our family's future, believing I would falter, yet I stood resolute as a father before all else, a negotiator only thereafter. The Miami night unfurled before me, a city of facades I had glimpsed beyond. Tomorrow, I will celebrate Liam's goals and assist Noah with his project, but tonight, I stand tall, my empire secure, my son's legacy shining bright, my guiding light. Leora, Gideon, Rune. Their deceptions stood no chance against the truth I had forged. The Miami Beach ballroom shimmered under the gentle glow of chandeliers, their soft light enveloping the elegant tables in a warm haze. This serene scene stood in stark contrast to the turmoil of 6 days prior at the Star Island mansion, where Amelia Miller's betrayal shattered my world. In the vibrant month of April 2025, Isolde Mero, at the age of 24, found herself poised at a podium, orchestrating a charity event aimed at restoring her status within the echelons of Miami's elite. My sons, Noah and Liam, perched beside me, their proudest Noah shining brightly amidst the shadows cast by Leora's deceit. Her affair with Gideon Strath, the $500,000 theft, her chlamydia, her forged documents. Isolde's voice quivered as she spoke to the assembly, her gaze locking onto mine, filled with appreciation. Ethan Miller revealed the truth to me, she stated, and safeguarded my $50 million trust fund from a deceitful scheme. The audience buzzed with approval, their excitement building, as she unveiled a concealed provision in her trust triggered by Gideon's arrest, bestowing upon her complete authority and severing his family's claims for all time. Her bold signature illuminated on the screen shone like a badge of strength, reflecting my own struggle. Posts celebrating her strength gained traction in the local scene, the ballroom's radiant light dispelling the darkness cast by the syndicate. Noah 10 clasped my hand, the image of his science fair trophy vivid in my thoughts. Liam, at 8, whispered, "She's cool, Dad." His soccer ball resting at home, a symbol of the normalcy I had tirelessly fought to preserve. Isolde's redemption resonated with my own journey, revealing Leora Gideon, while Rune Calder emerged as our savior. Yet, the moment of Leora's final reckoning approached, and I remained resolute, prepared to turn the page on her story once and for all. With my son's future as my steadfast anchor, I reclined amidst the gentle murmur of the ballroom, a soothing remedy following the tumult of Basil's sting operation and Leora's frantic appeal. Thane Quill's message lit up my phone. "Isolde is absolutely nailing it." I cherished our friendship as a constant thread woven through this war. The recollection of Leora's sapphire gown, a vivid image as she escaped the gala, hurt less now that her social downfall was irrevocable. The Star Island scandal continues to capture attention on X. The arrests of Gideon and Rune, coupled with the revelation of their relationship, had dismantled their once untouchable facade, casting a shadow over the decade-long sentences that now loomed ahead. Isolde's trust clause was a brilliant maneuver, her speech a testament to resilience akin to my own, that I beheld Noah's gap-toothed grin and Liam's shy smile, their trust in me unwavering after I had laid bare Leora's betrayal. Their embraces mended the ache of her haunting question, "Why, Dad?" The crystal light of the ballroom heralded a new dawn for Isolde, yet Leora's deceit, her tearful theatrics, the facade of her clinic, and the counterfeit board documents still called for a reckoning. The email from my attorney, confirming the divorce hearing scheduled for tomorrow, lingered in my inbox. I had constructed a formidable case, weaving together Vesper Kane's cunning hacks, Soren Vale's unwavering trust protection, and the FBI's compelling evidence, all poised to ensure that Leora's insatiable greed would ultimately lead to her downfall. For Noah and Liam, I had battled not out of a desire for revenge, but in pursuit of justice, their future serving as my guiding light. The following morning, I entered a Miami courthouse, where the marble floors reverberated with each step I took, and the atmosphere was thick with the gravity of justice. Leora stood at the defendant's table, her former sheen now dulled. No sapphire gown adorned her figure, merely a simple blouse, yet her eyes burned with a defiant glare. Her attorney asserted that I had concocted evidence, Vesper's compromised records, the Art Basel footage, all mere fabrications aimed at her destruction. My pulse remained unwavering, a culmination of years spent in the art of negotiation leading me to this very instant. Vesper ascended the stand, her neon blue hair a vivid contrast beneath the harsh fluorescent lights. With a composed demeanor, she recounted the $500,000 theft orchestrated by Leora from Gideon's gallery, supported by bank records displayed on the courtroom screen. The forged signatures on my company's board documents, crafted with bold strokes reminiscent of Leora's handwriting, were unmistakable in their intent to seize my private equity empire. The judge's brow furrowed, her gavel held aloft. Leora's fierce gaze wavered, a surge of panic seeping in as Vesper unveiled encrypted texts linking her to the Velvet Syndicate scam. She intended to dismantle Ethan Miller's firm, Vesper, her nod to me signaling a quiet triumph. The judge's ruling struck with the force of a hammer, embezzlement charges resulting in 3 years of imprisonment. Leora's whisper echoed with a hollow intent, her eyes wide, reflecting a profound sense of defeat. "You orchestrated your own descent," I responded, my tone icy as it met her stare. The starkness of the courtroom deepened her despair, sealing my son's future, now forever out of her grasp. I beheld Noah's science fair trophy, Liam's soccer ball, their unwavering trust in me intact. Leora's fabrications, layered sorrows, clinic inhalations, artistic, foundational laughter had turned to dust. Her dominion vanished. I ventured into the embrace of the Miami sun, its rays illuminating the skyline, a tribute to the empire I had safeguarded. Vesper's words, Soren's faith, the blaring lights of the FBI raid, all had equipped me to unravel Leora's web of lies. Thane's café plea, Isolde's yacht, and the warmth of my son's embraces. These have not ignited a thirst for vengeance, but rather a fierce will to survive. Leora's sob in the hotel suite echoed, a subtle pang of pity overshadowed by the resolute clarity of justice. She had wagered our family's future, believing I would falter, yet I stood resolute as a father before all else, a strategist in the shadows. The marble of the courthouse resonated behind me, a poignant echo marking the end of her descent. The buzz of my phone served as a gentle nudge, reminding me of Liam's soccer practice and anchoring me in the essence of what truly mattered. Tomorrow, I would celebrate his goals and assist Noah with his homework. Yet today I stood with a sense of pride, my realm unshaken. Leora's prison sentence, Gideon and Rune's decade behind bars, Isolde's flourishing charity. They stood as testament to the weight of consequences, rather than mere acts of cruelty. The air in Miami carried a sense of buoyancy, while the ocean's gentle murmur lingered in the background, reflecting the faces of my son, my compass through it all. I had pierced the illusions of Miami, crafting a legacy for Noah and Liam, and emerged unshackled, poised to shape a future where trust was a currency earned, not squandered. The sharp, invigorating air of Aspen filled my lungs as I stood before our new abode, delicate snowflakes adorning the towering Rockies in April 2025, a stark contrast to the suffocating humidity of Miami's treachery. Noah and Liam, my sons, erupted in laughter as our faithful Bernese mountain dog leaped through the snow, his bark resonating with their delight. At 42, I had painstakingly reconstructed our lives in the aftermath of Amelia Miller's deceit. Her affair with Gideon Strath, the $500,000 theft, the chlamydia, the forged documents, and her 3-year prison sentence for embezzlement. My position in global private equity, achieved after unraveling her Velvet Syndicate scam, has effectively doubled our wealth. The mountain view from my new office stands as a testament to power earned, not stolen. Noah, Chapter 10, triumphed at his school's science fair, his gap-toothed smile shining more brilliantly than the skyline of Miami. Liam, at the tender age of 8, celebrated his inaugural soccer goal with a jubilant shout, "I'm glad we're here, Dad," his shy smile illuminating the moment, mending the scars left by Leora's absence. "Why, Dad? Do you have a question?" Their trust, shaped by candid conversations surrounding her betrayal, became my steadfast anchor. Gideon and Rune Calder, their connection laid bare on X, confronted a decade behind bars for fraud. Their invincible claims fell into silence. Last week, I received a Sold Marrow's thank you note, a testament to her thriving $50 million trust fund that fuels her charity, shining brightly as a beacon of renewal. Thane Quill emerged from the tangled web of the syndicate, our bond fortified in the aftermath, a deleted notification from Leora's prison account, her unread apology flickering on my phone, felt utterly irrelevant now. I stood not as a victim or a villain, but as a survivor, the architect of my son's future, my genuine empire. As I sipped my coffee on the porch, Loyal nuzzled my hand, the mountains stood in serene silence, a soothing balm after the chaos of Miami. The mansion on Star Island, adorned with its shimmering chandeliers, and Leora draped in her sapphire gown, seemed to belong to a realm far removed from reality, while the whispers of the Star Island scandal faded into a mere memory. Vesper Kane's neon blue hair, captured in every frame during the FBI raid, and Soren Vale's firm handshake. With the weight of my $200 million trust secured, I was equipped to safeguard Noah and Liam at Isolde's daring signature on the trust clause. Thane's eyes, rimmed in red at the cafe, and the warmth of my son's embraces following Leora's heartfelt plea. They had ignited a fire within me, not for the sake of revenge, but in pursuit of justice. Leora's fabricated board documents, her endeavor to take control of my firm, her chlamydia. They had taken everything from her. Her prison cell stood as a stark reminder of the price of greed. I beheld Noah's science fair trophy, Liam's soccer ball, and the expressions on their faces, filled with trust in a future I had tirelessly battled for. The buzz of my phone served as a gentle nudge, a reminder of Liam's practice anchoring me in the essence of what truly mattered. The snowy streets of Aspen, adorned with charming shops, stood in stark contrast to the polished facades of Miami, where trust was now a currency earned rather than taken for granted. I had unraveled Leora's deceptions, exposed Gideon's deceit, and confronted Rune's hubris, all in the pursuit of crafting a legacy where my sons could flourish unburdened by the specter of treachery. The aroma of pancakes wafted through the house, intertwining with the sound of Noah's laughter as he and Liam engaged in a playful wrestling match. Their bond evident in every joyful moment, I beamed at the warmth of our new life, a sharp contrast to Leora's worn hotel suite, her Saba memory overshadowed by my son's laughter. My office, adorned with a breathtaking mountain view, housed files brimming with new deals, as my empire expanded far beyond the confines of Miami. Isolde's note, affixed to the board, expressed her gratitude for my role in preserving her trust fund, her charity's triumph reflecting the resurgence I had experienced. Thane's visit last week resonated deeply, his tales of rebuilding alongside Isolde reflecting my own journey. Survivors, not victims. Leora's prison sentence, along with Gideon and Rune's decades spent behind bars, stood as testament to the reality of consequences rather than mere cruelty. The erased apology danced through my thoughts, yet I released it, her falsehoods inconsequential to the existence I had crafted. Noah referred to Dad as pancakes, and I joined them while Loyal's tail wagged enthusiastically. Liam's presence, a soothing balm, affirmed the journey of our healing. I had battled for this sense of normalcy, a future where my sons could dream unencumbered by fear. The Rockies stood tall beyond their might, reflecting my own resilience, shaped by victories earned through skill, not fury. As I cleared the plates, my thoughts drifted to the Miami skyline, a distant memory lingering in my mind. Leora's terrace weeps for her clinic's gas art, while Basil chuckles. They have succumbed to the heavy burden of truth. My case is constructed from Vesper's cunning, Soren's faith, and the FBI's unexpected intrusion. Isolde's yacht was filled to the brim, Thane's heartfelt request at the cafe, my son's warm embraces in the kitchen. They had all guided me steadfastly toward my North Star. I had pierced the illusions of Miami, safeguarded my domain, and emerged unscathed. Loyal bounded toward the door, brimming with anticipation for a walk, while I reached for his leash, with Noah and Liam tugging on their coats. The snow crunched beneath our feet, enveloping us in Aspen's tranquility, a gentle whisper of renewal. First and foremost, I embraced the role of a father. The art of deal-making came second. My son's laughter stands as my true legacy. Leora, Gideon, Rune. Their deceit was no match for the truth I held. I had shaped my boy's future, securing our new horizon, limitless and bright. Deceit pierces the soul more profoundly than the sharpest knife, fracturing trust and etching wounds that endure through time. From the ashes of deceit, a more resilient truth rises. Justice, rather than vengeance, restores what was shattered. This odyssey through deception and avarice unveiled that the love for family, for honor, persists even in the face of suffering. Consequences are unavoidable, as the tide takes those who wager with trust, while resilience carves a fresh route free from the weight of former facades. The most genuine realm of existence is not defined by riches or prestige, but by the connections we cherish and the destinies we safeguard. In the stillness of rebirth, where joy takes the place of sorrow, we discover tranquility not in the removal of wounds, but in embracing them as testament to our endurance. The journey from despair to salvation is marked by decisions to battle, to mend, to ascend. What truly counts is not the descent, but the bravery to rise once more, illuminated by the steadfast glow of love. We appreciate your presence on this adventure. Your reflections in the comments hold immense value, weaving a tapestry of connection through our shared narratives. If this struck a chord with you, consider subscribing and following the channel for more inspiring tales of triumph. Your encouragement breathes life into these narratives. Until we meet again, continue your quest for truth.